All right, that is the Ontario Police right here, stalking in the path. This is the same targeting that you're recognizing that they're doing over my head at the Ovitt Family Community Library, where the entity kept the fake sun from 8 a.m. until 5:33 as a matter of video documentation. There is no question regarding who the Ontario Police is targeting, and this is the unintelligent conduct of criminals who are going to be disbanded based on the corruption of that department that's engaging in what is stalking as an entire department. They're gang stalking, and demons are engaging in gang stalking. They're also being exposed as demon possessed, as you're understanding how the demon possessed that are in law enforcement engage in targeting American citizens. It's pursuant to what is criminal surveillance that's underway in the United States. This is the evidence that's also putting Tracy Banks in federal prison. There's no question regarding her motive. There's no question regarding the lies with regard to maligning my character and the government that she acted with. And it includes a lot of the criminal conduct that I documented the Ontario Police Department engaging in. And this is criminal conduct that Tracy Banks is engaging in with them right now. She's at Woodside in relevant position sharing in Title 18 federal stalking while the Ontario Police is exhibiting mental illness. You're looking at them engaging in their ritualistic in the engineer light. This is wild vehicle come from behind. That's not headlights. The Ontario Police are demons and they're stalking. This is the system of surveillance. All right, their mental illness is exhibited through the light activity, as I let you know about the mental illness of the demon possessed. Their criminal activity is also proven through that engineer light, which is not occurring through what are headlights. It's impossible light activity while demons are stalking in the path. This is the demonic system of stalking. This is Mike LORENZ. I was monitoring my vagina today while the Ontario Police flew over my head at the entrance of the Ovitt Family Community Library, where the supernatural is also occurring there. That is the sun remaining over that entrance as I document morning, afternoon, and evening. This is a P.O.C. It is currently 8:53 p.m. The entity's sounding helicopter activity is relevant to what is amplified in volume. Then what is engineered light? I've got 1, 2, 3 shadows. These are flat on the ground because, as you'll see here, I have upright shadows over here. This is the entity that's engaged in this P.O.C. and this is the impunity of a department that is speaking to the man, the corruption, the impunity and malice with which they're acting, and furtherance of murder and kidnapping an American citizen. Tracy Banks is going to federal prison. Okay, so is Nathan Morgan. He engaged in kidnapping. He was gang stalking on video on May 29th. That's what you're understanding. And so was B. Hook, L. Martinez, and Nathan Morgan. They're all going to federal prison. And so is L. Edwards, A. Casada, and Escobar, who engaged in kidnapping with the same entity, the people of the state, at third-party facilitating venue Starbucks, 507 North Euclid Avenue, where you're looking at the big picture of the evidence, where I'm consistently showing you a supernatural environment and the consistent presence of the Ontario Police Department, who are using the hallmark of stalking in that specific environment as it is identified, where you are recognized as targeting not only through that supernatural environment, which is demonic, but also through the pattern of engaging in what is stalking in helicopters, which is exactly what is shared with the LAPD as well, where the entity is keeping a fake sun from sunrise until sunset at my apartment complex at Alvarado Gardens. The Ontario Police is being disbanded, seeing impunity by the people of the state that are engaging in impunity. Their vehicles are not going to cause dynamic shadows of the trees and the bushes on the ground, on this wall. And no sane person engages in this conduct, stalking one person as I'm documenting it. I'm not chasing down the helicopters. The entity's flying over my head by helicopter at the 7-Eleven, over my head in helicopter while I'm at the Ovitt Family Community Library, where I'm also showing you a fake sun remaining for 11 hours at that venue. This entire department is obsessed with my vagina, and they're stalking me everywhere that I'm going, and they're presenting evidence against Tracy Banks that relied on this department to defame my character and kidnap me. They're all going to prison for it. This is P.O.C. All right, that's impunity by the people. And this is, again, the evidence that's also putting the kidnappers of Starbucks, the Starbucks Corporation. I'm going to prosecute them. The entity is engaging in what is gang stalking with the same department, the same entity. Ocean and Amelia and Patty and Brian, they're engaged in gang stalking via kidnapping with this entity that's engaging in surveillance. Surveillance with regard to a secret conservatorship and things like a fraudulent marriage, where governments are targeting American citizens. And as my documentation proves, the entity is not stealing my property with regard to necessarily artificially engineering mental illness. The mental illness is proven by the gang stalking. This is a demon, and this is a corrupt government actor as well. They're going to federal prison. Paul Leon's being removed, Michael LORENZ is being removed, Michael Gherkin's being removed, Alan D. Wapner is being removed, while the entity is engaged in what is ongoing. This is criminal conduct shared with the people of the state. Starbucks employees are going to federal prison. Tracy Banks is going to federal prison, and the Ontario Police Department, every kidnapper is going to federal prison. All right, this is what is well beyond any pattern of, any coincidence. The pattern of conduct is going to result in what is disbanding, kidnapping police departments that are engaged in the unprecedented act of surveillance of gang stalking in the United States, which the Ontario Police Department has proven law enforcement agencies are engaged in, and so has the Los Angeles Police Department. They have proven that law enforcement agencies are engaging in that. They're not the only ones. And the entity is subject to what is federal prison, as I document the police department gang stalking me day and night, as I have a body of evidence proving that as well. It is currently 8:57 p.m. The entity is engaging in what is an ongoing P.O.C. And as you witness this, this is the impunity that Ocean and the employees at Starbucks exhibited while they were engaged in gang stalking me, molesting me with impossible light, while they're engaged in what is harassment and terrorism with the Ontario Police Department, while they're engaging in keeping my evidence under surveillance and then summoning that gang stalking entity of demons using helicopters and all the resources of a police department to keep me under surveillance and then kidnapping me in order to obstruct justice. All of the employees that are documented on July 4, 2025, they're all going to federal prison, as surely as the ongoing gang stalking by the Ontario Police is ongoing corroborating evidence of what it is my documentation has already proven. That the City of Ontario is engaged in surveillance, i.e. the system of gang stalking, doing so through the corrupt business as well, the establishment and the employees at Starbucks. And this is in conformity to that P.O.C. This is the Ontario Police stalking from place to place and engaged in kidnapping with Starbucks, by the way, including while you see them stalking me here when I'm nowhere near Starbucks. And Starbucks is another venue where the Ontario Police engages in kidnapping as well, while they're aware that I'm documenting them. This is clear targeting while you're looking at the impossible light. Their headlights are not going to aim and create my shadow at a distance on this wall. This is what the entity is doing while they're stalking me as a population, targeting when I'm inside a Starbucks. The employees are going to federal prison, and so are the kidnappers of the Ontario Police Department. Every gang stalking police officer that I documented, stalking me under the fake moon and under the fake sun, in this cartoon environment, these psychopaths are going to prison. It's currently, again, it's 8:58 p.m. Jason Isaac Fields is going to federal prison, and so is Tracy Lemire Banks. It is currently 8:59 p.m., and this is the environment where the entity is engaged. On my podcast, I'm documenting ongoing, moment by moment. The entity is flying over by helicopter. I'm recording on podcast. The entity flew around in a circle over me while I was recording on podcast again. And then the entity is engaging what is stalking, flying in circles on video as I'm capturing it, and flying over my head again. This is the entity targeting by helicopter, letting the world know. The entity wants to provide obvious evidence to the federal court. That's fine, because all the documented kidnappers, they're all going to prison as well. That's not going to be a mysterious prosecution either. Straightforward. It is currently, again, 9 p.m. on the dot now. It's 8:59. This is P.O.C. at the TABOR Professional Building.